I think it's fair to say that not every task at work is equal. Some tasks or moments have higher stakes than others. And it's in those moments when you need to be super clear and accurate with your communication. In this video, we'll take a look at a technique called complete messages to help you construct those important communications so they are precise, succinct, and easy to comprehend. The good news about this technique is that it's really simple to understand and therefore easy to remember in those high stakes moments. But please don't let the simplicity of it undermine just how much impact this technique can have on crafting those clear and really strong messages. So let's get into it. To understand a message with clarity, there are 4 components to that message that the listener needs to hear. They are the facts, your thoughts, your feelings, and your needs. Let me explain that in more detail. Facts are the objective elements to the situation. They can't be argued. They are true. Your thoughts, on the other hand, are your subjective opinions based on those facts. This is your forecast, what you think will occur next. And of course, someone might have a counter opinion. Feelings is the element that most people think is optional, but it's not. This is the element that describes how important the situation is and directly inspires people to take action. And remember, it's not asking you to get emotional, just to describe your emotional response to the situation. One word will do. But if you leave it out entirely, there's a risk that the situation doesn't seem as important as you know it to be. Needs is another element. This is your suggestion or recommendations. Sometimes people think this element is obvious or implied, but that's not always the case, and we want to minimize any room for misunderstanding. So make sure you're explicit about what your idea or suggestion is. Let me put all of this together in an example for you. I'm going to keep the example quite simple and short so you can clearly identify all 4 elements. Hey Joe, it's 10:30 and I have back-to-back meetings until 4 o'clock, and we've got that report due to a client at 5 and I'm only about halfway through. I'm worried I'm not going to get it done in time, so I was wondering if you might have someone in your team that can give me a hand today. Now, depending on your topic and who you're speaking to, your word count might be much longer in certain sections. And there's no preferred order to a complete message. You can reorder the elements as you see fit. Hey Joe, I was wondering if you might have someone on your team who could help me out today. You see, I'm worried I'm not going to get that report done. It's 10:30 and I've got back-to-back meetings until 4 o'clock. I'm only halfway through the report and it's due to our client at 5. As long as all 4 elements are present, it's a complete message. Now, before I wrap up, there are a couple of things I want you to remember. This is a technique for the moment in a conversation when you need to be clear about a perspective or your position. This isn't for chit-chat and it doesn't make you a great conversationalist. If one component is missing, the message is incomplete and there's a risk that the listener will make it up. And that's when misunderstandings happen. It can be used for face-to-face communication and it can be used in written format as well. It's all about being clear. Another use is if someone's not being clear to you, then the 4 elements can inform the questions you ask to help them be clear. For example, what's happening? How important is it? What do you think will happen next? And what do you suggest? So there we go. Complete messages. Facts, thoughts, feelings, and needs. Best of luck.